Good morning, Mark. Happy weekend and welcome to the program.
Good morning, Zoe. Thanks for having me on the program
Indeed.
today.
Okay, so basically that's the question. How do we create additional streams of income? But before we really dive into that, I would like to get to know a bit more about you. Like, how did you come into this space?
Okay.
That's always interesting for me. Out of all the other things that you could have done or could have been, why entrepreneurship?
So it's a long story, but I'm going to make it short.
Very, very short.
All right. So sometimes in 2007, I was in school then. I schooled in Ahmadu Bello University Zaria, and somebody came to speak at my fellowship. It's called RCF, and the guy spoke to us about how we can prepare for life past school. And I was studying building tech.
Wow.
And so I and some group of friends of mine, we just took time praying and thinking, and it just kept coming to my heart that you're going to be a business consultant. So I just followed through that. So from school, I started working. I started doing a lot of businesses from school. I did a lot of businesses from school. So post-school, I was still working for a lot of startup and small businesses. And sometimes in 2015, my dad spoke to me one certain time, like, your business will not succeed except you help other businesses succeed. So I was like, okay. So first response to it was that, so I'm not a consultant. I just like doing businesses and I love businesses. I like giving people advice. And it said you could just start. So I started with a WhatsApp group and just basically teaching people. From there, then sometimes in 2018, we just decided to take it serious. We registered the name, the startup place. I'm the co-founder, he's the founder, and here we are. And it has been an interesting trip. So most times people my classmates from school, they're like, you this guy that left building, that's supposed to be on site, and right now you're building businesses, and it's been fun. I love doing it. Apart from the success stories you have when you see businesses grow, it's something that I'm passionate about. I love doing it. You can wake me from the sleep and I would get to consult for your business and help your business grow.
I think it's very key because I mean, a lot of people know how to start up a business.
Yeah.
I think it's in sustaining the business, helping it grow and expand. I think that is where
a lot of people
find
that
people
issue,
having some issues with that. But that's good. That gives us a very good foundation. So we're talking about additional streams of income, which is basically a major reason. One of the reasons, why someone would start a business, because you want to make money, you want to increase income, plus other things you want to do, maybe solve a problem or find a solution to some challenge or so. But let's talk about why do some people, it's a bit hard, it's tough. I don't know if it has to do with their mindsets, but they just somehow can't get to that place where they actually have several streams of income. If you have a 9-to-5 a regular job, of course, there's that commitment, but you need more money, right?
Yes,
it's never really enough. Everybody needs more money. Then the person that has a business wants more money.
Yeah, true.
So what are there any factors that could predispose someone to finding it easier to create several streams of income?
All right, so thank you for that question. So fundamentally, if anyone wants to grow or do something extra, it's good for you to look back at the foundation. So the foundation for actually getting income is that money equals value.
Okay.
So you get money basically when you provide value, a form of value to people, that you create solution, you create an experience, you create a result for people. So if persons or organizations want to create an extra sources of income, in this funny economy that we find ourselves right now, we still need to go back to the foundation, and from there we can then start plotting a new graph. So let's just talk about the people, then we'll talk about business owners. So for people, you have a job 9-to-5, and you basically want to create an extra source of income. I would say number one, let's start with your current source of income.
Okay.
If you double your current source of income, or if you increase your current source of income, would that be sufficient for you? Most times the answer will be yes. So if you basically want to do that, why don't you increase your value, your current value of providing solution or benefit at a higher rate? So if you are like an entry-level employee, why not to grow towards being a manager? because you'll be paid more. Or change your job, meaning that you have increased skills that you can get more. Another way basically that people that do 9 to 5 can do that is that you can start looking for opportunities around you. So I worked before I started with my dad, and I basically look for opportunities. I see somebody that needs something, and I look for someone that has that service, and of course those match that. People do that a lot. They broker deals and they get a part out of it. So you have to look for solutions, right? I love RAV4, right? That's going to be my next car. And I was telling my wife that I just discovered that right now, everywhere I go in Lagos, I just see that RAV4 is like pure water. We see RAV4 everywhere. So you see what you are looking for. So you look for opportunities. Another way for you to increase your source of income is basically to learn how to invest. Investment is a different ballgame on itself because you need to actually learn. I've gotten my fingers burnt. I was talking to one of my mentors last night, and he was giving me some advice as regards to investment. I've gotten my fingers burnt, so because I didn't really sit down to learn investment before getting to invest. But fundamentally, if you can increase your value as a person, and you can look for opportunities around you, it can be a side business you can start. It can be you brokering deals, so you know someone that has something, you know someone that need it, you can just basically match them. For business owners, right, it's good for business owners, for us right now, to increase our income, to earn more. And basically for a business owner, if you want your business to earn more money, to grow and have multiple sources of income, there are basically two ways. It's either you look at it vertically or horizontal. So vertically has to do with you can deepen your value. So deepening your value as a business owner means that you can say, okay, we are going to sell more to more people, or we are going to create more structures in our business to ensure that we can get in more, while providing value at a bigger scale means that we can get in more people, build structures to be able to hold and do bigger projects or bigger kind of clients. So maybe if you are doing clients that pay you 100K, you can then say, okay, I want to increase my capacity and my value vertically. We're looking at it vertically right now. Then I can start providing solutions to clients that will pay me like 500K. Okay. It means that you have increased it by almost 400% by just basically doing that. Then if you're looking at it horizontally, you can say, okay, my business has reached a point whereby you can't go too vertical, so we can go horizontal. So it's either I am looking for another business to do, or I am breaking into a new market, or I am launching a new product and service. So looking for another business to do, I would say you need to have a structured business that can exist without you before you start looking for another business to do. Because sometimes this drive of being a serial entrepreneur may cause issue for a lot of persons. I'm speaking from experience. So there was a time I was this serial entrepreneur. It just causes you because you confuse people. They don't know who is you, and your attention is very, very scattered. Yes, so you does basically, I do startup development. So everybody within my company knows, within my community, online, Facebook, LinkedIn, everywhere I am online, they know that this guy deals with startup and small businesses. I stick there. But do I see opportunities somewhere else that I broker deals? Yes, I do that. Okay. But primarily that is it.
Okay. Now, how would someone recognize what might be a good fit for them in, okay, so the person has come to the point where they decide, I want to diversify, or I want to start another business, or just do something to create another stream of income to the one that I already have. Like how would I know what might be a good fit for me?
As regards to that, back to fundamentals. Yes, I love fundamentals, right? Back to fundamentals. People don't buy products and services because they like you. But on a normal day, every human being is a bit selfish. We think about ourselves. So I won't buy something from you just because of I like your face, I like you. At a point in time, it will go past that. We buy things because it provides a form of solution and benefit. Yeah. So if you're looking for an additional source of income and you're looking for something extra to do, fundamentally, does this solve people's needs? Okay. So you just have to ask yourself, does this thing solve people's need? Is there like an available market, and does this solve people's need? If it doesn't solve people's need, or it solves people's need that is not like maybe once a while, I won't advise you to take on with that. So number one, does it solve people's need? Number two, the barrier of entry, is it a high barrier or a low barrier? So if the barrier is too high, if you're a 9 to 5 person, you may not really have that time to pursue it.
Okay.
Meaning that you have to start doing a lot of registration, you have to start putting a lot of funding into it, it's just stressful, so we pull back from it. So number one, is it something that solves people's needs? It's very important. If it doesn't solve needs and it's just something that does come like that, because right now, because of the purchasing power of people are basically reduced, everybody's just looking at what are the specific needs. We need food, we need clothing, we need shelter. These are things that are basic needs that people are basically looking for. So people still do luxury right now, right? Some people still do luxury right now, but it's not, if people around you are not really looking for luxury and they're looking for those basic needs, there is no need for you to start looking at selling a luxury product or service. Chances are you won't sell. Yeah. So, but if you say people around you need this particular stuff, then you can see that as a need that you can provide a solution to, and you can just create a source of income from that.
Okay. So creating value is key.
Is key
in that. Okay. So let's talk about some creative ways to generate extra income that people may or may not have considered.
Okay.
Yeah.
So creative ways, basically. Number one, I would say, for a 9-to-5 person, so I was talking to a 9-to-5 person right now. So for a 9-to-5 person, a creative way basically to create an extra source of income is you identify needs, you do research. So take time out to do research. Find out and read online, or just look at what people normally talk about. What are their needs? Now, if you notice people's needs, then you can then say, okay, can I be creative about it? Usually, I tell people that business, when people want to enter into a business, is either you are creating something or you are innovating in something that is already existing. Okay. So you can actually look at a specific need or a specific solution that is already existing in the marketplace and say, look, how do we make this thing better? So take, for example, you notice that maybe people around you always commit to the island every time. You stay on the mainland, people around you commit to the island, and they find it very difficult to get transport in the morning, and you go to the island. You can just tell them, okay, fine, you can pay me, right? We'll all shuttle to the island together and we'll shuttle back if you're comfortable carrying people inside your car. It's like an extra source of income you're making. You're just being creative. You just decided to move people from point A to point B. Uber is like being creative with the yellow taxi that was in New York City. And of course, you know, Uber and Taxify and both that very well much around. So creativity usually would come from you identifying a need. So all you just basically have to do is that, how can I make my own better? How can I make my own cheaper? How can I make my own faster? How can I ensure that my own value outbeats that of competition? And you're good.
Okay, you're good. Talk to us about passive income, because there's certain creative ways, like you mentioned, that would require your presence. Like the example you just stated, if I was going to take people from one point to the other, that would require my presence. That would require me actually taking them from one point to the other. But so when we talk about passive income, give us more information about that and what could be some opportunities for some kinds of businesses, if you like, that generate a passive income.
So when it comes to passive income, the whole idea about being passive income is that you are not actively involved and you're making money from it. So a business owner can build his or her business to the point where it becomes a passive income. You just have someone that manages the business for you, and at the end of every month you get an alert. So for a business owner, you can actually start with your business. You can build it to a point whereby someone can handle that. Then we'll start looking at different ways of this thing. There's stocks, there's real estate that people basically do. Farming is another one. It's just your idea of basically putting money somewhere and allowing your money to work for you, or you build a system, you have people that can work for you and you get paid at the end of the day. So it's just basically look at that need around you. So some other persons can, I was speaking with my mentor last night and he was talking about e-commerce. So e-commerce is something, it can be passive too, because you can have an e-commerce store, you run ads, you're not there, people follow through your landing page, they process your products, you get paid at the end of the day. Some persons, they invest in stock, the Nigeria Stock Exchange or the London Stock Exchange or the New York Stock Exchange. They just invest there, and at the end of the day, when everyone is being paid dividends, they are paid dividends, so it's a form of passive income. So So another person's, you have enough funds, you buy a land or you build a house and you get passive. The one right now that is really raining, a lot of persons are usually doing it right now, is shortlets. So people have shortlets, they fix it up, advertise on Airbnb or advertise on booking.com and basically get paid at the end of the day. So the whole idea about passive income is that you put your money into a system that can get you money back. So your money starts working for you. Or you build a company and put somebody in charge and the person just gives you reports and pays you at the end of the day. So that is passive income. But when it comes to investing, I will still tell persons, because I've gotten my fingers burnt, right? Yeah. You need to do it. It's not, you should not be too in the age to just release your money. You should do proper research, right? Do proper research, do due diligence before you basically, to me, the money is just better just saved.
Okay, because I was coming to that, because not everybody, is going to, not everybody is at that level, where they have enough money to maybe build a shortlet or, be in real estate or something. So, so let's just, for example, someone has like 200K, 300K, 500K, and I'm thinking, I'm giving this example because also of what you said about investing, and I'm thinking, so maybe every month I get about 100K, for instance, or maybe just 50K, but I have saved up 200K, and I'm thinking, what can I do with this? How can I grow this 200K?
Okay.
What would you
as a 9 to 5 or as a business?
As a 9 to 5.
So as a 9 to 5 person, if someone has 200K, I'll give a very strange advice.
Okay.
Invest in yourself.
Okay, invest in yourself.
Invest in yourself.
Okay,
Maybe go and do
that.
a course. Because like I said at the beginning, the fundamental part is value. So if you're earning 100K and you have saved 200K, if you use that 200K to do a course, right? Maybe do a course for like 150, pay for a professional course, do it, and you get a new job, you'll be earning 250K. If you invest in yourself, you can even make more. So most times people just leave themselves and like we're looking for where to go and put money.
I mean,
so,
I think, I
was speaking with a friend, like last year we had lunch, and one of the things he was telling me, he's a financial expert. So I'm not a financial expert, like I understand business, I understand finances, but I talk to people that do investments very well, because they're very good. So something I've learned is that you don't know everything, and it is good to follow who knows road.
Who knows?
So I was speaking to, we were just having lunch, and one of the things he told me is that when people come and meet me, okay, I have like 200K or something to invest or stuff like that, he normally asks them, is this a survivor saving or an investment saving? And they'll tell you that it's a survivor saving. Say, please keep your money to yourself. Okay. They say, because most times when you invest in something, you think about long term. So if someone is earning 100K and the person has 200K, I'll tell the person, invest in yourself. Because I did a 3 days coaching program somewhere, I was paid, and I'm taking the entire money and I'm investing in myself. I'm paying for a course. I used to have to pay for courses. So because I need to increase my value. And I'm saying that, okay, if I pay for this course, I would increase my value. I'll be able to provide solution at a higher rate. And that money back, I'll make it maybe in a day or two.
Why not you? Okay, well, we are gradually rounding off this discussion, but I want to ask, what are your thoughts about, digital businesses? I don't know if you've made a foray into that, but a lot of people, many people that I have talked with, they will tell you that that's where it's happening. Obviously, with technological advancements, there's social media. People are media influencers, and for a lot of people, that is giving them some good amount of money, being brand ambassadors, or just being a personality on any of the social media platforms, and then monetizing their content and all of that. What are your thoughts as regards that as is possible stream of income?
Yes, it's a very good stream of income, digital. So I'll just short story. There was a time in the United States where it's called Gold Rush.
Yes.
So during the gold rush, people were looking for gold, and I'm sure some digital guys are going to come against me right now. So people were looking for gold, right? And it was said the people that made more money then were not the ones that went to look for gold, were the ones that sold the tools right? Those compass, boots, diggers that people needed, because it's 1 out of 1,000 persons that will find gold.
Yeah.
But those 1,000 persons will buy compass, right?
Yes.
So when it
Diggers.
comes to the digital stuff, if you're looking at entering into that space, you need to understand how does money flow within that space. So it's not basically everybody that run online that makes money. Most times it's people that do that enablement. So if you want to enter within that digital space, you don't really have too much capital. You can look for how you can enable people to access that digital gold. You'll start making money from there, in fact, from the scratch. So you can be a social media manager. You can use AI to help people power the business. You can be a content creator. You can be a content writer. You can design websites. I was designing website, then I stopped it, right? It's very easy to learn. You can be a web developer. There are a lot of things within the digital space. In fact, it's very easy. And there are now AI, artificial intelligence tools that even enable people to basically access that gold. But if someone is starting, I will tell the person that, say, understand that value flows around there, and instead be someone that enables people to access that value, because a lot of people are running there. So if you are on Instagram, okay, a lot of people they want to sell, but if you're teaching people on how to sell on Instagram or providing tools for them, you'll make more money.
Okay.
Like I said, the digital guys will come against me.
Yes,
I've
they
leaked their
probably
secrets.
will. They probably will.
All right.
Okay, so in conclusion for this discussion,
Yeah.
what would you? Someone is watching right now and they're thinking, okay, so with all that I've heard, if they haven't heard anything, what do you want them to walk away with from this interview, from this discussion, about how they can increase their value, make more money, especially in 2024? What should they consider?
Take home, money flows with value, right? So money is equal to value. So if you really want to make more money this period, you need to go back, sit down and ask yourself, what value basically do you have to give? Because people don't just pay you because they like you. People would give you money to a point, but once you start getting matured, of course, they won't be giving you money. There's no like free lunch in Freetown too. So you need to look at value. And value just talks about anything that provides a solution, a benefit, or an experience. So you need to keep looking and say, okay, how do I create a value? How do I create a system that ensures that there's a consistent value that goes to a certain people, and I can charge them an amount that matches that value? So you just need to sit down and say, okay, I know the economy is tough now. I to say, if I'm sitting down, I'm asking myself, how do I basically create more value, right? The startup place that part of the co-founders, we provide this BizDev, HR, accounting services for startup and small businesses. And most times when I sit down with my team to talk, one of the things we always say is that, how do we ensure that we enable businesses to grow? How do we power up what we're doing? How do we keep doing research and innovation to just find out how do we ensure that this value that customers are getting from us, the businesses are growing, and when value goes out of you, value will definitely come back to you. So people pay when they get value, or they get a form of result. So you need to focus on value. So most times, human beings, we focus on ourselves. I need this, I need this, I need this, I need that. But you fail to realize that other businesses, other people need the same thing like you. They are almost similar to you too. So if you can focus on delivering value at a higher rate, at a higher level right now, you will definitely increase your value and of course increase your income.
Okay, so focus on creating value in 2024. You probably have thought about that for a while, and how you can level up and gain some more money, or make more money, or create additional streams of income. Well, if you didn't get anything from this interview, get this. You need to focus on creating more value, because with it comes the money. Okay, so we had an interesting discussion with Mark Onoja, who is a business growth expert. He also is the co-founder of the Startup Place, and we looked at different ways, things that are important you need to consider in wanting to create, or in creating several streams of income. And this is something that you can definitely leverage on in this year, 2024. Yes, you can thank me later. You can thank us later when the money starts rolling in. Thank you very much, Mark. It's been an interesting
Thank you
one.
too, Zoe. Thank you for having me.
Yes, hoping to have you here sometime again soon. We can talk more about business-related issues.
All right,
okay, well, the morning show continues after this timeout, so stay with us.